So I really wasn't going to make this video. I don't think that everything needs to be brought online, and some things are better off just dealing with offline. But unfortunately, this is already a very public thing, so I just wanted to come on here and talk about a few things. The goal of this video is not for me to share my full story, and that's not what I'm going to do. I just want to address a few things that I think need clarification. So the first thing I want to talk about is equity. I never once suggested that there should be anything other than a complete even split of equity at your mom's house. This is true when we had 4 members at the house and we agreed to split the equity 25% per person. And this is true when we had 3 members left at the house and we agreed to split the equity 33.3% per person. Kelly, Ashley, and I were actually talking to a legal team to try to get this drafted up under contract. And throughout the entirety of our discussion with the legal team, it was never once suggested that the equity split should be anything other than a complete even split of 33.3% per person. Of course, we never ended up signing any contracts. I left the house before we ended up getting there. But up until the very last moment, we were all under agreement that our equity split should be 33.3% per person, a complete even split. I left the house about 2 months ago, which is about a month before the end of our lease. The end of our lease was September 30th. And when I decided to leave the house, I came to Kelly and Ashley and I told them, hey, I'm leaving the house. I'm not interested in being a part of this anymore. And I gave up all equity, control, decision-making, ownership over your mom's house and everything involved with your mom's house, like our podcast, any of the brand deals we were considering, brand IP, and again, everything related to your mom's house, I was stepping away from, and all of that would be transferred over to Kelly and Ashley. I also told them that if they wanted to continue your mom's house together, the two of them, of course that was their right, and that would be up to them. I was no longer involved in any decision making around the house a month before the end of the lease. That's when I officially stepped away from the house. So the first time I actually learned that the house was ending was on the last day of our lease a month later, September 30th. Kelly and Ash and I actually came together to try to film a podcast episode that day. We came back to the house on the last day of our lease. And I was really expecting to post a video and film a video together about me leaving the house. That's what I thought I was going there for. I learned for the first time that actually they were deciding to end the house altogether. And the podcast we were trying to film was actually not me leaving the house, but us ending the house altogether. But I never had any decision in the house ending. My only decision was to leave the house a month prior. So there was also a disagreement about posting schedules. I wanted to post in sync as we normally do. Any big news, announcements, we always were posting in sync and together. I wanted to do that. Our timelines weren't matched up, and so we had a disagreement about it, and we ended up just deciding, the last things we said was, hey, we're just gonna post on our own channels individually, and we never came to an agreement about when we were gonna post, and there was no agreement about posting together. These are just a few of the many things that I want to clarify, but these are the only things that I'm willing to clarify at the moment. The point of this video is really not to drag anyone down and point fingers and play the blame game, because we could do that all day. It's not the point of this video. It's not to spread hate, and I would ask that you guys also don't spread hate to anyone involved. This is the last video that I'm gonna make about this topic and about this subject. I don't feel the need or even obligation to tell my full story, and I would ask that you guys respect my privacy and anyone else's privacy about that. To close off, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has supported me through all this. I know there's a lot going on, and I know there's a lot of back and forth and a lot of chit chat, but again, I really want to say thank you to everyone who's shown support through this, and thank you for listening.